Shalom, 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 shalom. First and foremost, we give all praise and glory unto Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakakadash, Yahawah is you can call God or Jehovah. Yahawah means he is, he exists. And Yahawashi is who you can call Jesus Christ. Yahawashi means saves and delivers. And double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, and salutations to all arguments, pushing the truth, uncut and raw, wicked elect, condemned to third. Kwame Yasharala. This lesson is going into Chariots. Seeing a video dealing with people looking in the sky. They see the eclipse, the event yesterday, and they what it looked like a UFO, what you usually call a UFO. All right, and a UFO is the Chariots of Israel. All right, it's a vehicle that the angels use to, get around. All right, it's in the scriptures. In the time of even Moses, all right, and the deliverance of ancient Egypt, the Heavenly Father had a chariot with the children of Israel. That gave them light at night time. It was just protection. The Lord was with them. All right, so start there, and I'm gonna use different scriptures, all right, to prove that the chariots, what you English call, UFOs, is biblical. All right, it's not just green Martian aliens that's in it. No, those are the vehicle. The angels and the Most High, and Yahawashi, and who you call Jesus Christ, Yahawashi, is come with a multitude of chariots of UFO. All right, but he also gonna come with that father ship, that big ship. All right, like Independence Day. So Exodus 13. 13, and I'll start at 20. All right, so we get it, And they took their journey from Succoth and camped in Etham, in the edge of the wilderness. And the Lord went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud, because the chariots are considered clouds. They hide themselves in clouds, all right? Pillar of clouds, so remember that, of clouds, all right? And led them away. And by night, a pillar of fire, so they're able to see, because remember, they're in the wilderness. Right, you got all type of animals, all right, and things like that. So if they see that light, it will, especially that type of light from a chariot, they'll keep their distance. Just looking at it in the mind, where people could ponder and think. A pillar of fire to give them light to go by day and night. You see, so that's a chariot of the Most High. He said, "Another way is the pillar of cloud by day and the pillar of fire by night from before the people." So it was always with them. And just to prove that, I'm gonna go to Psalms, because Psalms going to it. I think it's Psalm 68. Before I forget, 68 and 68. 17, and the chariots of God are 20,000, even 1,000 of angels, and the Lord is among them, as in Sinai in the holy place. So showing you that the chariot, all right, the Heavenly Father, the chariots is 20,000, even thousands, all right, as he was there with them in Mount Sinai, all right, just to bring that point, so we're going to use showing the scriptures where it's going in the scriptures that it's chariots. So more with us dealing with, I think, Elisha and Elijah. It said, "Open his eyes." Bear with me, Shalakia. You know what I'm saying? Because they were in a bind. All right, there was in odds. It was more people than them. Physically, with the other opposing team or opposing people than with them. Give me a second. There we go. Second Kings 6. All right, so 13, he said, therefore sent he heaven horses, chariots, and great hosts, and they came by night and compassed the city about for who? All right, so the king of Syria, all right, coming against the Elisha the prophet, all right, and then so he said, go and spy where he is, that I may send and fetch him. And it was told him, saying, behold, he is in Dathan. That's where they are. Therefore sent he hither horses, chariots, and great hosts. And they came by night and compassed the city about. And then, and when the servant of the man of God was risen early and gone forth, behold, a host compassed the city, right? And both with horses and chariots, and his servants said unto him, at last, my master, how shall we do? He answered, fear not. Fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. Because carnally, you can see chariots and men and soldiers, all right, great multitude, all right, and it's just them. But he like, hey, it's more with us than them. Because he's, in the spirit, the angels fight for that elect. All right. And Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I pray thee open his eyes that he may see. And the Lord opened his eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots and fire round about Elisha. And that's chariots. All right. Also, be fire as well. We going to, let's go to Daniel to prove that point. Where you see the Most High, who we call God of Jehovah, Yahawah, he exists. Where he's on the throne and there's multiple chariots behind him. And 18, and when they came down to him, Elisha prayed unto the Lord and said, smite the people, pray thee, with blindness, and he smote them with blindness according to the word of Elisha. So the Lord helped them and set a standard for them. All right, but show you that the chariots and the angels was with him. All right, because also consider chariots as well as vehicles. All right, so just go to Daniel, the 7th chapter. This goes in and said fire as well. So Daniel, the 7 and 9, and beheld till the thrones was cast down, and the Ancient of Days sat in the Ancient of Days in Yahawah. He's before time. He's the one who made time. So that's why it's called the Ancient of Days did sit. Whose garment was white as snow. He had a garment to prove that he had a body, but it's a celestial. All right, not terrestrial, celestial. And it's like people on bikes are riding through. Bikes riding through, so let them go. All right, and his hair on his head, and beard, and it's comparing it to something. All right, his head in like the pure wool. You know that people that have woolly hair are Negroes. His throne was like a fiery flame, and his wheels as a burning fire. So he on the throne, and behind him is chariots. All right, going into that fire. All right, so it's chariots are what we call UFOs in the scriptures. Those are the vehicles of the angels. All right. So we mentioned, so we've seen that. We went already in Psalms. Ezekiel, will within the will. Ezekiel 1. Ezekiel 1, right? Ezekiel 1 goes in the chariot as well. Ezekiel 1 and 16, and the pairs of wheels and the work was like unto the color of beryl, and they four had one likeness, the appearance, and their work was as it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel. When you look at a chariot, you see it like it's a wheel within a wheel, which you usually call UFO. All right. All right, a wheel within a wheel. So it's in Ezekiel. All right. All right, a will within a will. And then it goes down. You can, all right, if you want to go more into it, but Ezekiel is speaking of a will within a will. So let's be in Ezekiel. Went into Daniel already. And then Zechariah 11. I forget where exactly. Or is Zechariah or Zephaniah? The curse.
I'm blessed. There's no curse on me.
Sorry about that. I don't know what the hell was that. Cover the face of the earth. Yeah, Zechariah 5. Zechariah 5 and 1. And it's also called a flying roll. Then I turn, lift up my eye, look at my eyes and look, behold a flying roll. When that's speaking of a chariot, we call UFO. And he said to me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof was 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof was 10 cubits. A little, small chariot. And he said to me, this is the curse that go forth over the face of the whole earth, for everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it. Everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as the side according to it. All right, and I will bring forth the Lord of hosts, and shall enter into the house of the thief Esau, and the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name, and shall remain in the midst of this house, and shall consume it with timber thereof, and the stones thereof. All right, so there's also, a chariot that is mentioning or speaking of. All right, the curse, because there's a curse unto these heathens. All right, there's a curse unto the heathens. All right, and the wicked of our people. All right, so Zechariah, right? I'm going to Acts. I'm thinking of anything. If I skip anything, because it spoke of Yahawashi going into the cloud, and the angels told the disciples, all right, the same way that he went is the same way he's going to come back. That's why I say, while you stargaze, is it 2 or 3? I'll just put stargaze. I'll probably gaze. Yeah, probably a better word is gaze. I know it's in X. Yeah, because you're going to put it right in this Bible app, you're not going to get it. That's not it. I know probably if you put cloud, it's a lucky Akman. Yeah, so it was X1. It's a lucky. X1 and 1 and 9. And when he had spoken these things, while behold, he was taken up in a cloud, received them out of their sight. So a cloud, which you're able to call a UFO. And when he had spoken these things, while they behold, he was taken up in a cloud, received them out of their sight. And while they looked steadfastly towards the heaven, he went up, and behold, the two men by them in white apparel, the angels, which also said, ye men of Galilee, why standing ye gazing? So it was gazing up unto heaven. This man Yahawashi, which is taken up from you unto heaven, shall so come in a like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven. So the same way that Yahawashi went up in the cloud is the same way he's going to come. That's why you're going to Revelation, the 1st chapter. All right. So I just want to use, certain scriptures that mention the chariots. You have other ones, into their chambers. We could go into that. Or it said that we. Bear with me. Where it goes into the salvation of the elect being caught up. The ones that die in Yahawashi shall be risen up first. So it's a 1 Thessalonians 4 and 13. But I would not have you to be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep. Let's put the rest, all right, that ye sorrow not, even as others have no hope. Those that die in Yahawashi have hope. For if we believe that Yahawashi died and rose again, even so them that also was sleeping in Yahawashi will the power bring with him. Because there's going to be some brothers that died in truth, and those that already probably, that died before that was doing the truth, 15, for this we say unto you by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain until the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep. For the Lord himself also shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trouble of God, and the dead in the marsh shall rise first. And then we which are alive and remain shall be caught together with them in a cloud, which we're going to call UFO, the elect being delivered to meet the Lord in the air. So shall we ever be with the Lord. Wherefore comfort one another with these words. So the elect is going to be rightfully abducted into the chariot to, be saved from the second death. All right. Let me go to Matthew's. It made me think of Matthew's. Matthew 24. And 30. We start at 30. And there shall appear the Son, the man of heaven. Then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of the Man, Yahawashi, we call Jesus Christ, from the four winds, from one end of heaven to another, with fathership. Every eye shall see. And I learned the parable 31. So like, and he shall send his angel with a great sound of trumpet, and they shall gather together elect from the four winds, of one end to the heaven to the other. So the elect is going to be righteously abducted before the seventh trumpet, or the seventh trumpet, into the chariots. And the chariots is what you can call UFO, the chariots of Israel, the vehicles of the angel, and the son of the living power, Yahawashi. All right. So, all right. All right, Revelations 1-7. And behold, he cometh with clouds, Yahawashi, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him. All the kindreds of earth shall wail because of him, even so are men. All right, so everybody gonna see him come on a father ship. All right, all right, and everybody on the earth is gonna wail because of him. All right, and those even that pierced him. Salakia. Those angels are, not angels, those Roman soldiers that pierced him are going to be judged for piercing him. All right. This is showing you scriptures, though, speaking of, the chariots. Second Ezra 13, speaking of Yahawashi coming back. Second Ezra 13, and one, and it came to pass after 7 days I dreamed a dream by night. And lo, there arose a wind from the sea that moved all the ways thereof, speaking of that fathership. And behold, and lo, the man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven, read it in Psalm 68. That man is Yahawashi, and with the host of angels. And when he turned his countenance to look, all things trembled that were seen under him. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, they all burnt. Concentration heat from the mouth of the chariots, laser beam. And heard his voice like as the earth faileth when it filleth the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together the multiple men, the armies of the nations, starting with the beasts, NATO and the EU. All right, and the rest of the heathens are going to come together to fight against Yahawashi and the angels. At a number of 4 winds of heaven to subdue, to fight. The man that came out the sea, came out the heavens, Shemayim, the heavens, because waters are found in the heavens as well. All right, Shemayim. So you say that. All right, but I beheld, and lo, he was grieved, but he had graved himself a great mountain, that fathership. But he thought it was a mountain. That's how big it was, and flew upon it, a fathership. But I would have seen the region or place where out the hill was graven, and I could not. So he thought it was an actual mountain. All right, but it's not a mountain. And that made me think, clouds. I mentioned clouds. I skipped Psalms 105, so we got to go back to that. When you look at a mountain, it have clouds around it too. The mountain is, or how you look, you see mountain clouds surrounding it. All right, so we're gonna finish this and we're gonna go back to Psalms. And I forgot about Psalms that they hide themselves in clouds. And after this, behold, the hell and lo, all that which were gathered together to subdue him were so afraid. Yes, there's fight. All right, and they're gonna be afraid, but the Lord gonna put a spirit upon them to fight against them. All right. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand nor held a sword nor any instrument of war. All right. But only I saw violence of the multitude came. He neither lifted up his hand nor held a sword nor any instrument of war. All right, but only I saw that he sent out his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue cast out sparks and tempest. And those are the concentration heat from the mouth of the chariots. All right, laser beam. 11, and they were all mixed together, the blast of the fire, the flaming breath, And the great tempest fell with violence upon the multitude, which was prepared to fight, and burnt them up every one. So that upon the son of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust, smell, and smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. All right, so there's destroyed by the father ships and the other ships, that the angels rode on. All right, so verse 13. Let's go back to Psalms. I was thinking about that earlier. The Lord had to come back to water. Psalms 10, is it 104? Or 104? Yeah, Psalms 104 and 3 after the 2. Who covers themselves with light as with a garment, who stretcheth out the heavens like a curtain, who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariots, who walketh upon the wings of the wind. So sometimes the chariots hide themselves amongst the clouds, you know. So we were in, I was going to, I know it was in Ecclesiasticus, where it talks about Enoch was translated. And elect is going to be translated. Oops, luck. Ecclesiasticus 44 and 16. Enoch pleased the Lord and was translated, being an example of repentance to all generations, to the elect. So just as Enoch was translated, we're going to be translated as well into the chariots before all hell break loose. So I wanted to bring certain scriptures to prove about the chariot. I didn't know it's more. So hope this was edifying. I want to give all praise and glory unto Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Kakadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone, and salutation to all Akim that's pushing the truth on cutting raw, we can let get them 2/3 come.